Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be uploading this video Friday morning. As you guys know, tonight I'm going to be going to Winco and doing my first Winco grocery haul, which I'm really excited, and I'll show you what I got when I come home. But I wanted to do this video today because many of you have been asking, when it's been some talk about this. You know, we're a family of 3. We don't go out to eat, and we do entertain here at home. Could our family survive on $50 a week for groceries? Let's get started, and let me tell you my thoughts on this. First of all, I want to say this, and this sounds like common sense. And all of us out there have different schedules. Some of you might work 80 hours a week, some of you 40, some of you may not be working at all. We all have different time constraints. Some of you have more free time than others. I don't know everyone's lifestyle. We can agree on this. The more time, free time that you have, the more frugal you definitely can be in terms of groceries. And let me give you an example. If you take somebody that works 80 hours a week, they may not have as much time to be as frugal with their grocery budget, and you may see them buying more prepared foods. You may see them buying chopped up, cantaloupe and things like that, because the more we do for ourselves, the less we have to pay people at the grocery store to do it for us. Prepared meals, chopped up produce, any of that. The more we cook from scratch, the more we save. If we garden, we can. All of those types of things take time, but depending on your time, it could save a lot of money. So, what would I do if our family, for some reason, all we had was $50 a week? Could we do it? We maybe could, but I wanted to tell you what I would probably do to cut down on the budget. The first thing would be, number one, no type of drinks would I buy. We would just have to drink water. So that means we wouldn't be able to do any kind of coffee and creamer, any type of juices. We would just drink water. I wouldn't buy bottled water for yard guys. Well, actually, I wouldn't have yard guys at that time. But I wouldn't buy bottled of water for probably the guys that come bring the mail or FedEx or anything like that. So it would be no drinks. So we would just have water. That would be number one. Number two, very limited snacks. I would probably buy a bag of popcorn, and I've heard that you can do it in the microwave actually with the brown paper bag. I've never done that, but maybe get, if maybe a friend or I got at a thrift store, maybe a popcorn popper, you could have something like that. But I wouldn't be buying a lot of prepared snacks, granola bars. I'd probably have to make that stuff myself. Number three, less meat. And I've actually cut back a little bit on this. An example would be, you see people buy a whole pound of ground beef and they'll use that maybe in a goulash or a hot dish. Well, what I would probably have to do is take half of that and then split it and make a meal out of that and take the other half maybe on another day. So it'd be less meat, and that would definitely save money. Number four, and I've kind of already touched on this, less convenience foods, because I do sometimes buy things that we can grab and go. For example, a little snack pack of crackers, and I give this to my daughter for school, or she has like trail mix, things like that, just something to quickly grab and go. I probably wouldn't be able to do as much of that. I also put this, cook and freeze in bulk. What I might do if I only had a $200 a month budget, what I might do is spend a certain amount on meat, and then I might have like a Sunday or something and make all of my meals on one day for that month and freeze them and do something like that. That would be number five. Also number six, I've heard this, that you have to, people that are on strict budgets, they do eat a lot of rice and beans, but not the beans from the can, the beans that they buy in bulk in a bag, and they season them up. So they eat rice, beans, pasta. Anyone I know that were on strict budgets, they eat very little of that. As a matter of fact, I ate over at a friend's house that has 11 children. This has been a long time ago. And I was wondering, what does she feed her kids? How can she afford it? Well, basically, we had pasta noodles with pasta sauce. No meat was in it. So it was noodles and pasta sauce. And I don't remember what else we had with it, but that's what we had. Here I'm used to having a little bit of ground beef in there with maybe a couple Italian meatballs. We didn't have that. So that would be another way to save money. So basically, the more we do for ourselves, the more that you can save on the money. And we would just have to make it work somehow, and I would just have to do a lot more cooking and baking from scratch. You'd probably eat more eggs. I would probably look at all the inexpensive food, such as sandwiches, peanut butter, eggs, rice, beans, anything like that, less meat, and just do the very best I can with what I have and somehow make it work. Let me ask you guys this. Right now, if your grocery budget was cut in half, what would you cut out of your grocery budget to make it work? I want to hear from you. And I'd love to know what your grocery budget is and for how many people, if you feel comfortable sharing that. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.